Hello and welcome back to the Eifel Grand Prix F1 Watchalong. There we go, you can see me now. We're trying something a bit different today. Hello and welcome. We're back. We're back in it. Has it been a week? Has it been 2 weeks? Last week, did we have a race? We didn't. Yeah, we did. Did we? Can't remember. I'm losing track of the week, but we're back. We're here. And we're ready to do it all over again with the Eifel Grand Prix F1 Watchalong. Here we go. It's an absolute bloody mouthful today. But yeah, we've got the race. I'm just going to turn that down a bit. There might be some a little bit streaming issues at the start while I'm figuring it out. But for now, we're all good. The audio seems good. Let me know in the chat if you are in. What it's like. Hiya, Chris. Hope you're good. Hope you are good today. Yeah, I'm decent. I'm all right. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a couple of days, so it's doing it again. There we go. It's been an interesting couple of days, so I'm looking forward to it. We had obviously qualifying yesterday. You can see at the bottom there. You can see the running through of qualifying. I think I got it all correct. I don't think there've been any changes. If there've been any changes, I'll update it as needed. But obviously, you see the qualifying positions. In P1, it's Valteri Bottas, obviously Pippin, Hamilton and Verstappen to P1, nearly on the final lap of quali. Hamilton P2, Verstappen P3, Leclerc P4, Albon P5. Leclerc getting a really great start. Danny Rick P6, Esteban Ocon P7, the Renault's doing well. In P8, Nando Norris P9, Perez P10, Sainz going a bit further down the line, but same with race by them. Vettel P11, Gasly P12, Kvyat P13, but AlphaTauri's getting close, P14. Antonio Giovinazzi getting out of Q3, well done to him. Same with Kevin Magnussen, P15, Roman Grosjean P16, George Russell, Nicholas Latifi, 17 and 18th respectively. Kimi Räikkönen in his record-breaking race in 19, and Nico Hulkenburg in his return, in his double return. He's back again. Kimi Räikkönen record breaker, yeah. Prince, hello, Prince. I hope you are all good. Fair play to Charles Leclerc. You're correct. I mean, it feels weird. I'm always used to talking to this bit of the mic. Yeah, but fair play to Charles Leclerc. He's really did well. Hey, here we go. Let's get the Incredible Hulk top 10. It's doable. I mean, obviously we had poor weather on Friday. I can check the weather now. So it's Nürburgring. My spell is horrible. Weather F1 and weather. There we go. So what's the weather forecast for? Is this for Sunday? This is published before Sunday. Weather forecast for the Nürburgring. Here we go. So Sunday, 1 o'clock local time has been the closest. No rain. It might come on later tonight, but fortunately I don't think any rain. As it stands. Oh, we're getting the lovely intro. I probably could play a little bit of sound, couldn't I? So mute. There you go. You get 5 seconds of it because not even 5 seconds because I don't want to get copyrighted. I'd like to say thank you to everyone. Oops, I've closed down my F1 stream. Thank you to everyone who subscribed over that big deadline day stream, and I hope some of you are in today. Let's not hear any Hamilton moaning today. I don't know, it'll be interesting. It's a lovely track, innit? Hey, Volley, hopefully I'm considering putting a net that Toffarelli will get. Ooh. We'll get a podium next season. You know what? It's always worth a try. I mean, I don't think they've confirmed the driver of the lineup, but if it's Kvyat and Gasly, there is always a chance if you get either an incredible race where Gasly does well, or you get like a Germany where something a bit different happens. Interesting. I think. So top 3 predictions, guys. Top 3 predictions. Obviously, see the qualifying there, so you know where some of the drivers are starting. I think it's going to be very tough to not say Hamilton, Bottas, and Verstappen in any order. They have been running F1 as of late, and I really don't see that changing. I'll just put my phone on mute so you don't hear that. Let me know what you think about the setup for this stream. I think it'll definitely be changing. I know Josh is working on a new update for the football watch-along, which is happening later on, I think, an hour after my stream. Yeah, so an hour, and probably an hour after the stream. Where's the blonde hair, you said, Prince? Well, I don't think you can really see it. Well, I've got my... Hold up. Because my hair's so dark, but if I shine a light, it doesn't go blonde. It goes ginger. So, yeah. It never sticks. It never sticks. It goes a mild ginger. I've done it again. I need to stop clicking now TVs. If it rains caveat, we'll drink vodka and go insane. The torpedo will give it full beans. Absolute full beans. But we're just in the starting grid, so I've talked about it. Both Mercs start on the front line. Charles Leclerc we've got to talk about, I think. Chris, you always put Ferrari woes, but I think this time, ignore Sebastian, but Charles Leclerc, well done. Well done, Charles. I put the volume on every time that person talks. Is that person possibly a German driver, a former world champion, Chris? Because you know what? He's great. He's been great for the commentary. He's just raw and honest, and as much as you might dislike him for his driving, he's great for punditry. Prince, who's playing today? Well, so later on, sorry, I didn't even finish. I think it's at 4:15. Let me load up the time. 4:15. I can ask Josh if I've caught it completely wrong. Yeah, so I think I'll be going live around 4:45. Josh will be live with the England versus Belgium UEFA Nations League Watchalong. So probably how long's our race? Normally 2 hours ish. Probably another an hour after, an hour and a bit after this stream. Josh will be back again. Kvyat's behind Vettel again. Can we get a Russian repeat? I doubt it. They're both at very different stages of the career now. They both dropped down. I realised with my Now TV, I've got the GeForce thing loaded up for some reason. So I can see how many frames I'm getting, which is very, very strange. Just check the stream's running alright. Yeah, everything's going good. Oh, so put your predictions in the chat. Go for your top 3 and maybe a surprise podium. One surprise podium. I'm just looking at the car and that's just the Alfa Romeo loadout. I mean, fair play to Kimi setting the record of the new F1. Hamilton having a problem with steering. Yeah, so when he was just before the start of the race, Hamilton on Team Radio saying, "Did you manage to fix the steering wheel?" Saying, "I'm having issues." Yeah, basically, he had issues with the steering wheel. He asked, "Did you manage to fix it from overnight?" And said, "No, we weren't given permission." And the reason they weren't given permission was because it's not a safety issue. If it was a safety issue, they would have been allowed, because it's not. Honestly, you can make some easy money if you bet who will gain who will gain 3 positions. Yeah, you know, you probably go Hulk, wouldn't you? Try have a look. I think I've got a quid on my account. I don't have Sky though. I've got Sky Bet. I've got we're just getting the formation lap here. I've got Ladbrokes and they're not as amazing. What have I got on today? Oh, one thing I have. I was reading England vs Belgium 6 million. I've been watching Portugal vs France. It's been played in Paris. Yeah, I mean, this is another big game. My F1 bets. Where is it? There it is. I don't know why I did. So I went for Lando Norris. I always put a quid on. I went for Lando Norris without the fastest qualifier, without the big 6. And then that ended up being, was it Danny Rick? Who was 5th? Charles' big 6 is Ferrari. It might have been Danny Rick there. Callum, and then I went for Callum Millot, free practice 1 match bet. I think that was to beat Mick Schumacher. And then Daniel Ricciardo, free practice 1 winner. And the quality winner. I took a punt at that one because it was stupid odds. But it got voided. Because obviously there was no free practice, which was very interesting. Says Gio, I meant. Honestly, you can make some easier if you bet Gio, who I'm guessing Gio, I think. I'll finally go for a Rick podium. Gio's the best start in the grid by a mile. Really? Okay. Let's have a look quickly before the race starts. Where's Formula 1? Sorry, guys, but I've been told to see if I can put a bet on Gio getting 3 positions. But Chris's prediction, you've got Valtteri Bottas P1, Verstappen P2, Albon P3, Albon revenge on Hamilton. Ooh, very interesting. Eifel Grand Prix. We don't want race winner, not podium finish. Race winner without the big 6. Who's up there? Charles Leclerc. Big 6. Charles Leclerc's not counted. You know what? Should we go for podium finish and should we whack a quid on? Should we whack a quid on Danny Rick? He's only 5-1. We can boost it. We get £6.50 if it comes off. And we're going to have our faith in Danny Rick, aren't we? We're all Danny Rick fans here. We just showed the previous winner. Vettel, the most recent winner in 2013. The bet has been put on. So we'll see if that comes off. So I've got 6 bets on for this today. What? 6? I do. So I've got 2 ones that don't count, and then I've got an NFL bet on that. That's on for today. I've got another NFL one, and then I've got a football acca as well, which will pay £943 if it comes off. And some of the teams can win. There's one that I'm very nervous about, which is the Austria and North Macedonia teams. And then obviously they've got the Danny Rick podium finish on way, probably 2 minutes away from start. 2 minutes away. Gio gives like 4 position race average. That's the thing that we'll keep. It's a really interesting. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago about Gio not getting his seat and who takes it. Obviously, Kimi's not fully confirmed yet, but I think it's likely he will just get another season because he is a consistent guy. But if Gio's getting into Q2 and Kimi isn't, it is interesting. We'll be getting the 5 red lights soon. It's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, it's 5, and it's lights out here. So Hamilton gets a half decent. Hamilton gets a very good start. Bottas will cover the inside. Oh, Hamilton and Bottas both run wide. Everyone runs wide, in fairness. I think Bottas is just ahead. Then it's Verstappen, then it's Charles Leclerc. Verstappen fine with... Someone looks up, it's a Red Bull, it's Alex Albon. Daniel Ricciardo on the outside of him, though. Daniel Ricciardo's had a great start here. Kosovo disappointing you. They did, unfortunately. We're all Kosovo, though. But there, Danny Rick gets past Alex Albon. You've got... So it's 2 Mercedes, Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Ricciardo, Albon. I'm guessing that's Norris, Perez. Perez and Norris having a great battle here. Oh, it's a very close track, which would be nice for racing. Norris trying to get one past Alex Albon. Perez will try to go on the inside, he can't. Esteban Ocon now locks up behind. That'll give Carlos Sainz a bit of space. But Lando Norris and Perez will just concede that spot, slow down a bit. Valtteri Bottas has already got a clear lead. Now it's Hamilton, Verstappen, Charles, Daniel Ricciardo, Alex Albon, Lando Norris, Sergio Perez, Esteban Ocon, Carlos Sainz. I think that's... You know what, Volley, you said about Gio. I genuinely think Gio's gone up 4. He qualified P14. I think he's currently 10th. First corner at 9, mate. All close. We'll get some close racing, I'm hoping. Obviously, 60 laps. They're just showing here. So this is Esteban Ocon and Sergio Perez. I saw one. So we've already done a 1 lap. So it is a quick track. It's probably like a minute and something in it. So they're just showing Grosjean drops down to P20, Raikkonen 19th, Latifi 18th, Hulkenburg 17th. Yeah, Gio. Russell 16th, Kvyat 15th, Magnussen 14th, Gasly 13th, Vettel 12th, Giovinazzi made up 3 places, Carlos Sainz in 10th, Esteban Ocon in 9th, Perez in 8th, Norris 7th, Albon 6th, Ricciardo 5th, Leclerc 4th, Verstappen 3rd, Hamilton 2nd and Bottas 1st. And Gio, you were right. You were right, incorrect. No, in fairness, Daniel Ricciardo getting a great start, getting past Alex Albon, getting past the Red Bull. So we'll have to fight Charles Leclerc now, but we know we can. Kevin Magnussen does get past Pierre Gasly. Come Magnussen. It'd be nice to see Gio or Magnussen get a good start. I mean, with the Haas's, who do you think takes... I see obviously Gunter Steiner's come out, they've got a list of 10 people who are on the thing, but apparently Callum Miller isn't on one because he's a Ferrari driver. He's a Ferrari guy, and Ferrari will have that first pick if they'll choose. So obviously, I know Haas use Ferrari's engine and so they, but... We're just looking at it. The thing is, they are close, but the problem is we're going to have to wait for DRS. But the thing is, they're all so close to just getting DRS off everyone. Whoever's first is done. Who'll be the head? So Bottas has got a very nice lead. So has Hamilton. So has Verstappen. Jesus, man, the gap between Verstappen and Leclerc, that's the thing. Bottas really needs to win. Hamilton not. Yeah, Hamilton needs to finish either not in the points or finish at 10th and 9th. Get really minimal points, and Bottas needs to win to make it. Bottas does set the fastest lap. That gap from the top 3 to 4th is already so huge, considering we were only 3 laps in. Like, they're coming into that first corner now. That's from 3rd, where the 3rd Max Verstappen came in a while ago. Just showing the race start. You want to see it from a different angle. It's German. That's what I want to see here. So it's Lando Norris gets an incredible start past Esteban Ocon. And Daniel Ricciardo again. It's Esteban Ocon who actually locks up as well, which gives... He sort of forces Perez out, which helps Lando Norris here. Carlos Sainz then goes to fight for Perez. He can't get around him. He goes very wide. I think, look, there were no incidents, which is sort of nice. If they have to keep one, Grosjean is the man to keep. He knows the car. It's true. And he does have love for the sport, and I think sometimes that can carry a driver. Hamilton and Bottas squeezing each other out very close. Bottas does fight back well, though. Good to see that we're getting the Mercs actually battling each other for once. And it's just shown that from Max Verstappen's view, Max Verstappen has a big opportunity, but he also does run wide going into that corner. If he doesn't run wide, he stays on track a bit more. He's really close to these Mercs, and Hamilton goes across the curb. We're just seeing from Alex Albon when Daniel Ricciardo easily gets past him. Alex Albon loses it a little bit, and then he locks up, bombs in. Oh, it does clip Daniel Ricciardo. I think it's fine because Ricciardo gets the position. He's showing it from Kimi Räikkönen, who was in 19th. Oh, Räikkönen. Right, that's why Räikkönen's in 20th, because he has to go wide because of that's the thing. That's they both have for Tauri. He's just really slowing down the transition. Oh, did Sebastian Vettel lock up when he set off at the first? Interesting. Might have not had the best start. We're just seeing Charles Leclerc here. Daniel Ricciardo now going to be hunting him down. DRS I don't think has been activated yet, so we'll be close here. Interesting. Daniel Ricciardo in 5th here. Can he get past Charles Leclerc? It looks a bit wet on the track there, just a little bit. Bottas does set another fastest lap, as we'd expect. I don't know what I'm guessing lap 24. Don't know whatever people started. Pit stops would be interesting for Verstappen as well. And Mercedes, I think it's Mercedes have a new pit stop team as well, because obviously due to COVID and stuff, I think one of the members got COVID, so they've had to draft in a new entire pit stop crew. So they might have some slower times, which may help come into Verstappen's favour. Big opportunity for Daniel Ricciardo here. The problem is, I think the only time we might have seen a yellow flag or a red flag would have been then at the starting lap. I don't think we'll see it throughout the race, unless someone goes for a bold overtake. That's yawn meter 1 apparently, because I've yawned already. So yeah, interesting to see. Very interesting to see indeed. It's just showing the battle between Charles Leclerc and Daniel Ricciardo. I mean, at the back, Hulkenburg making up 4 places, moving up the thing. The thing is, when you talked about if they had to keep one car, Grosjean into the car, is it, or who would you rather have as a driver? So regardless of knowledge and stuff, I don't know, would you take Grosjean on Magnussen? Magnussen is good, so Grosjean can be. I mean, you saw Grosjean getting the podium last time they were here in P3, last time they were in the Nürburgring, which is a lovely track, by the way. It's very nice. I love tracks that are in the middle of the forest, so you got your Belgiums, your Austrias. They're in the middle of nowhere. Really like them. 5 laps in though. So it's like 1 minute 30 per lap, so... Oh, God. It's only when I start streaming, apparently, that I start yawning. It doesn't make sense. It must be all the lights. Ricciardo, a little bit slower than Charles Leclerc. He's quicker in sector 1, but slower in the other sectors. Verstappen must have got a fully maxed out car, and Ferrari must have sold as this off an aftermarket one and clown faces. Well, in fairness, we can give Ferrari thing. They've got a new engine for 2021. It's the thing we've got to get. Dan Ricciardo does have DRS, so he's not close enough. Grosjean on team radio. Robin Grosjean might have a broken finger. He says he got hit badly with some. Oh. Kimi's gravel's come back off Kimi's car. It's kicked up. It's hit Grosjean in the hand. Oh, Leclerc locks up here. Daniel Ricciardo on the inside. Will he get him? Oh, he won't stick it. Yeah, he'll try to get him on the inside. And Charles Leclerc will just keep away for a bit. Covers the inside. Daniel Ricciardo still very extremely close to him though. Big opportunity for Daniel there. Oh, Daniel Ricciardo now. He's looking for him. Imagine if Grosjean got a broken finger. That must be such an awkward injury to get, especially when driving. Very interesting here. I want to see the clip of just go to the onboard of Roman. But I think this race is free if you're from Germany, I think. So if you're from Germany and watching, give it a watch. For sure. So, close now I'm just going to change that to... I'm just going to change the title stream to F1... if we do put that in brackets, 2 seconds. I'm going to put F1... F1... I'm going to put German Grand Prix. German GP, brackets Eifel Grand Prix Watchalong. See if that just changes it a bit. There we go. There we go. That's changed a bit now. Yeah, the grapple onto your finger was the grapple onto your finger, the gravel onto your finger here. Just showing the tyres, it's Vettel, Gasly, Kvyat and Grosjean. All on mediums. Showing Daniel Ricciardo now. Showing Daniel Ricciardo now. Gasly does get past Kevin Magnussen. Ooh. Oh, very close. Obviously, Hamilton, we're talking about his tyres before his wheel before the start of the race. His steering wheel before the start of the race, saying he's having issues with it. Oh. So, I mean, what to talk about now? What to talk about now is Carlos Sainz sitting in 10th, looking a bit slow. He's going to go on team radio. Did anyone hear that? Small light shower in 5 minutes possibly. In 5 minutes possible light small shower. What's going on here? Oh, hopefully we might get the rain. We might get the rain. We may... Oh, come on, guy. I hope we get rain here. That audio isn't as cleaner as I'd like for some reason. Let's have a look at this. Properties. Microphone blue, that's right. There's no filter. That's a pit stop, sorry, by Alex Albon. I don't know why the audio's that bad. Is it the mic? Do I need to bring this up a bit? Very strange. The audio isn't as smooth as I'd usually like. Just let me know in the comments if the audio's fine. It feels more echoey, doesn't it? So I just said, listen then. Let's wait and see. Sorry if I missed the pit stop there. I was just... Interesting. Verstappen hope it, of course. I mean, I hope it rains, Chris, I do. Imagine if it rains now and Albon's pitted. There could be a... I wonder why Albon pitted then. You're showing it now here. Something's wrong with the front left, maybe. Everything's alright with him though. But Hamilton does set the fastest lap. Just let me know in the comments if the audio's okay. Because when I listened to it, it didn't seem perfect. I can ask Josh if not. I don't think he'll mind. As 10 laps in nearly. So we're already 1/6 of the way through. So 50 laps. So probably another... Daniel Ricciardo now on the straight. Doesn't get past Charles Leclerc. He doesn't get... Charles Leclerc forces... Goes in inside. Will he get back on the inside? Can he get it on the outside of Charles Leclerc? Will he get it? Will he get it? Will he get it? Oh, and Daniel Ricciardo does very nice there. What things you want to see from Daniel Ricciardo and that Renault. The Renault actually fighting it. Obviously going... The audio's fine. Thank you, Chris. Obviously, Daniel Ricciardo now going to Alpine. Leaving what would become Alpine next season. Going to McLaren, so... Come on, Daniel. P4 now. Great fight. Esteban Ocon in PA as well. Renault's actually putting up a fight here. You've got Charles Leclerc there in P5. You've got both McLarens, but Leclerc did all he could. Ricciardo just waited, then took him on the outside of, I think that's turn 4. I should probably load up the map, but yeah, took him on the outside of turn 4 there. Does very nice. Great. Oh, they've got the CEO of Renault, Luca Di Meow. There. So, yeah, Ricciardo getting past Leclerc now, but Lando Norris will put Charles Leclerc under some pressure. I wonder who will supply Red Bull now. Honda is leaving. Yeah, well, it was interesting. So, obviously, if you don't know, I'm a uni student. And I did a write about it. I can't remember. I think it's in Yorkshire Voice. on YouTube on the internet if you find it. But I wrote about it. And it was such an interesting conversation because there's a big black cloud hanging over the track that could possibly give some... Yeah, and I talked about it because I was like, well, there's only one team that's really available, and that's Renault. You've got Merc, who power Williams, and Racing Point, Sergio Perez on the inside of Lando Norris. Lando Norris, does he stick on the outside? He does, but some great close battles here between Norris and Sergio Perez. Perez obviously going to have to be that main man for Racing Point. Normally, you would have the kind of obviously Nico Hulkenburg with everything that happened. He did start P20. Hulkenberg in P16 though. Imagine. It'll come again, but Hulkenberg podium. Anyone? Hulkenberg podium, anyone? But yeah, and Merc power 3 cars. Ferrari power 3 cars. Who's left? So Haas power, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo. What team of... Oh yeah, the McLaren are powered by Renault, but they're going to Norris. Team engineer coming on, and Norris just tells him to politely shut up. So yeah, McLaren are going to Merc as well. So Merc are probably not going to go to fund another team because that's going to put a lot of pressure on them to have fund 5 teams. And also Red Bull are competitors here with Ferrari as well. A normal Ferrari side, I bet that's someone who pits, and that's Charles Leclerc who is pitting. Very interested here, very early. Nice new layout, the scroll is a good addition. Thank you very much. I didn't know what to do because I wanted something that would update people. Do you know when people come in and they always ask, oh, what's the thing? And I don't mind doing it, but it makes it easy, but I realise that's going to be a pain to do. Oh! Sebastian Vettel has just spun. Is that raining? Is it the rain that's affecting it? But Sebastian Vettel spins out. People are going switching tyres to mediums. That's Kimi Räikkönen on mediums now. Interesting here. I'll wait and see the replay. But Kimi Räikkönen now goes into the pits. Look who's in P9. It's Antonio Giovinazzi. Things you really love to see. See the great AlphaTauri and Haas battle here. Something you wouldn't expect to see. I think the loadout improved, Chris. The settings obviously. Josh has got this lovely green screen which he's let me use. So we'll probably try to use that more in certain other streams. But very, very interesting here as Sebastian Vettel just showing now. So I think he goes. He goes the overtake and he goes to switch. Just a flat spot on the tyre, but he goes to switch it and he just spins out. He does well to keep it in, just hits the gravel a little bit and comes back onto the track. So annoying to see. So annoying to see with Seb. So obviously he's going to Aston Martin next year. Who are Aston Martin? I'm guessing Merc. And that's Sebastian Vettel and George Russell both pitting as well. So one person has a pit is Romain Grosjean, he will get ahead of him. Vettel does a pit, he's on hards. Russell in the pits, when will he come out? He seems to go very slow. He seems to be bouncing a lot. George Russell will come out right behind him. So we might get a battle straight out of the pit lane here with Vettel and Russell. I know he's over to the back of the track. How's it done? When does it say? Sorry, this is starting it. We are 12 laps deep. So we're 12 laps deep into the race here. Very interesting now. Again, we're seeing the AlphaTauri battle, but you look at the lead. So it's Bottas, Hamilton, Verstappen. Then what's absolutely mental is a 20-second gap between Verstappen and I think it's between Bottas and Ricciardo because all the other teams are close. All these races here and he went into the gravel just feels so good. Shame there's just no... I hate to say it, but shame there's no crashing. Oh, wow! Hamilton's got past Bottas. That's come out of nowhere. The Sky Sports is worse than anything. Valtteri Bottas loses a position to Lewis Hamilton. Wow. And Verstappen's catching up to both of them. Bottas locks up. And he goes very wide in Hamilton. That basically allows Hamilton to really catch up that gap. Bottas is probably a 2 second gap, maybe a second gap. And Hamilton comes in, ooh, both teams fighting close. Bottas does get the upper hand at first, but then on the outside, Hamilton does get him. And now Max Verstappen hunting them both down here. Daniel Ricciardo on P4. Great about yeah, Daniel Ricciardo is 21 seconds behind Max Verstappen, by the way. And Albon's up to P13, past Nico Hulkenburg now. Russell does get past Sebastian Vettel, but Russell 19 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. Bottas, it looks like Valtteri Bottas will be pitting. Maybe he complained about his tyres. Ooh. Will Verstappen get past Bottas before the pit? There's a yellow flag at sector 1. It's a Williams. It's George Russell. Oh, George. It's a puncture for George Russell. Mr. Consistent as well. Bottas is another yellow flag, or is that just because of the... I think that's because of Russell's singer. But yellow flag here. It won't be a safety car. It will just be just a yellow flag because of where George Russell is. There we go, green flag. So Bottas now coming out. Where will he come out? Will he come out? Daniel Ricciardo will get past him. Most of Ricciardo will have to pit. Alex Albon there. Poor George Russell. His rear left's gone. Apparently it's a suspension as well, but you can see George Russell is just trundling along. He's going to be very slow here. It'll be interesting to see if he retires. Or if it might just be a tyre. We're just going to... This is Kimi Räikkönen here. Räikkönen locks up. Oh! And that's Kimi Räikkönen just going into... He locks up. And then he loses it. Spins into George Russell. George Russell goes flying. And possibly broken the suspension. It gets thrown up high in the air. Good old Kimi. Very strange. We'll see what they do this year. Because obviously, do you keep... About Alpha Tech, can you not use an animated track? You know what? That is probably a shout. I don't know how it works though. Because like, does... on your screen from F1? I don't know. Possibly. I could probably try it now, but... let me have a look. Do you have to pay... Have a look. Join live session. Can have it lap by lap. The problem is... I think you have to... I think that's George Russell retiring, by the way. That will be George Russell retiring. Obviously with the connection with Kimi Räikkönen. You know what? That is a shout. Hold up. Let me get my piece of paper. So I won't do it now, because we're obviously half. Oh, Max Verstappen. Complaining on team radio about something. Apologies, I didn't hear that. I was too busy, but I'll write a note down of animated laps on F1, and I'll see if I can get that sorted for the Portugal stream. There's maybe Kimi's last ride. There are a lot of talented youths coming up. That's what I was thinking, and pit window open apparently. Yeah, there are a lot of talented youngsters. Callum Schumacher, Schwartzman. There are a lot of them coming up, and I think Schwartzman will get another season. In fairness, you're saying Räikkönen will stay one more year, but Portugal, I think Giovinazzi gets sacrificed where. The Wii screens I'm on about, like a track with the cars and dots. I've made a note of it. I won't try it now because I'm obviously doing it, but I'll have a look for the next stream, which will be in. I'm not gonna say it in case I jinx it, but I think it's in 2 weeks. Schedule. It's in 2 weeks. 23rd. So we've got 2 weeks. So we'll be back then for the Portuguese stream. We might have it there. Pretty sure F1 do them. I'll have a look. So I had to look on the F1 website. I couldn't see anything. I don't know whether that's the one that you have to pay for. And same with the problem with it. I don't know whether we can be in trouble if we put it on. You know what I mean? We'll wait and see. Though we'll have a look. I'll try it afterwards once the stream's done. But obviously we've got our first retirement. That's George Russell. Max Verstappen complaining there. I just want to see what he's complaining about. Does he lock up as well? He does lock up and it goes wide at turn 1 like everyone has. But Ferrari will want Giovinazzi to develop too. I know, it's a strange thing, isn't it? I think, you know what? Giovinazzi does pit, by the way. It's an interesting system. maybe you do keep Giovinazzi, get rid of... Would you, as a fans of F1, would you be annoyed if virtual safety car? Is that for George Russell's car? Oh, I think that's for George Russell's car. Also, no other thing. Yeah, it is for George. They've already hooked it up, which is nice. Therefore, I'm pretty sure it'll just be a widget. I can have a look. For sure. I can have a look right now. Because, well, we've got a virtual safety car. You might be able to use it as a window capture, I think, possibly. Yeah, might be able to use it as a window capture. That was nearly the F1 thing. Imagine that, showing the fucking stream like a dickhead. But thank you, hands up. There will be unlicensed ones, of course, but make sure they're free to... Oh, 100%, yeah. Also, people will be pitting now with virtual safety cars. Hamilton is for Verstappen. So, interested to see where people will come out. We know, the thing is, we know Ricciardo commit tyres last. He could really fight here. Prince Portugal, GP, obviously from Portugal, mate. Wow. Interesting, very interesting. Well, in fairness, you could yeah, I'll probably try to find it, but thank you, hands up. Chris Ferrari need to start their IndyCar Pro and 12 seats for all the drivers. True. It's what McLaren actually have well is, I think... Oh! Who's that? That's Kvyat. Oh, whoa! Oh, what? Kvyat's just lost a front wing. Who's that? Oh, Hulkenburg. Oh, wow. I think we'll see... Might see... No, yeah, yellow flag here. Definitely yellow flag because of that wing. It'll be tough to remove. You can reckon no front wing here, so... We'll see the Haas get past him as well. And what happens there? Albon may get a penalty, but... So let's see what happens. So Alex Albon, he goes past the AlphaTauri. He goes on the... No, he doesn't even go on the grass. So he slows down. So Kvyat... Oh. Very interesting there. But Kvyat just completely... Obviously, he looks up and he has to go over the gravel, which is fair enough. There is a yellow flag though, because... Oh, Valtteri Bottas, no! Valtteri! Oh, no! Valtteri Bottas has got no power. Valtteri Bottas has got no power. Oh, it was his chance. Norris and Perez get past him. Lost my bet still, by the way, for Daniel Ricciardo. Because I'm guessing Ricciardo pitted. And Gasly signs Ocon and Perez and Norris haven't. Still in the air for it. So, there's the curtains. Poo of Valtteri Bottas, mate. They might have fixed it. May have fixed it. No, he's still going very slow. Oh, wow. Yeah, Kvyat's dropped all the way down now. I think we're seeing Lando Norris now sitting P3. Probably one of the most popular drivers on track if you look at Twitter and YouTube and stuff. And that's because he is young. A young driver's thing. And that's Danny Kvyat will come in. Will he get a new front wing? I'm guessing he will because he can still drive. And he's in. The front wing will come off. And the new front wing will come on. That's all in place. Lovely. Nice little pit stop from AlphaTauri. Obviously slow, but you would expect that. Lewis Hamilton says the fastest on. Since when do we say, oh no, for Mercedes power failure? It's not like Barcelona will change. It's true, but I think it's just nice to see. We've seen from Kvyat's point of view when he loses his front wing. Yeah, Albon's not fully past and he comes across. I think it's because you want to see at least someone challenging him. Is Bottas going to come into the pits? They're going to have to retire the car. Valtteri Bottas, the pole sitter, is out of the race. Wow. It is always Bottas, and unfortunately, this is nothing he can control. A simple power failure. It's not like he's done anything to affect it. And we're just seeing the pit crew now putting on some rubber gloves. So obviously, shoes. We need Malaysia again. This Ricardo's chance, it really is. I mean, I asked the chat and I went for Ricardo. I think I put a quid on, so I get £6.50 back, which is probably, I don't know about in euros, probably, I don't know, a euro's worth more than, anyway. So we're seeing Nico Hulkenburg at P10, under pressure from Charles Leclerc. There's still obviously a yellow flag. I'm guessing, is that still for Kvyat's wing? Have they managed to pick that up? But Bottas there is sitting in P18, sitting Kushte, sitting very nice. So the green flag, the track is clear now. Lewis Hamilton will set the fastest lap, 1:30.45. But dare I say, get that driver back at Mercedes. The man for you is just the man who should not be named. I mean, I don't think so, because if it was a driver error for Bottas's retirement, yes, fair play, you can hound it, but it's a power issue. It's nothing that Valtteri can really control. You heard him on Team Radio saying, is there anything I can do, any modes? No, he has to box, unfortunately. Yeah, very interesting. So there's a spot on the podium for someone. If Hamilton wins this, his championship will become 69 points with five races left, I want to say. I definitely want to say 5 races left. So the stewards will be looking at the Albon Kvyat incident, because Albon's was never fully passed. How many races we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 races left. 6 more. It's over, innit, guys? It's over. Obviously, Bottas retires as well. Championship over. I'm just going to retweet championship over. And yeah, look, it's just sad to see, isn't it? It's just sad to see. 10-second time penalty for Raikkonen for causing a collision, so that's going to really think. Verstappen says fastest lap though. Verstappen does set a fastest lap, which is very interesting. I'm just going through now, having a look. Yeah. So Kimi 10-second time penalty. Very interesting to see what happens though. At least we're gonna get a different person on the podium now. Come on, Daniel. Obviously, if you don't know, Bottas to join the unluckiest drivers in history. Yeah. I'm trying to think of this year where he's had a chance and he's retired due to power issues. I'm trying to think if there's any times this year where he's retired due to thinking. So I'd say that you look at the people who were Ricardo gets past Gasly, by the way. You look at the people who are in front of Ricardo. Sainz hasn't pitted, Ocon hasn't pitted, Perez hasn't pitted, and Norris hasn't pitted. Gasly had, I'm pretty confident, and Ricardo. No, Albon. He's already got past Gasly, so see if he can catch up. And it's Alex Albon who is behind Pierre Gasly's. Kvyat's going to have a very tough race, but Alex Albon, mate, I don't know. I might do it on the final. All the teams might be revealed by then as well, but obviously the final stream will be on the 30th of December, a lovely Christmas stream to end it out on, end out the 2020 season. At least we know, right? Let's say COVID is still here this time of the show and everything comes back. Just confirm the Kimi Raikkonen penalty. If COVID is still around here when everything comes back, at least we'll know we'll still get the races because they've managed to do it everywhere this year, and I think it just means we might not get. It might just be a very European season again. Just showing Kimi here. What is this? Oh, is this when he takes out George Russell? It is. You know what? He's fighting, and it's the problem is he locks up. He loses the steering, just shunts George Russell. It's nothing George can do, and unfortunately, it's Kimi's fault. Another time penalty. Oh no, they're showing it for some reason. They've just talked about it. Poor George Russell. Couldn't have done anything. He gets a puncture, his suspension's gone, and you know that's probably the right decision. It's a driver error, I'd say. How 22 laps in, so we're a third of the way through. Being like 5 minutes or a third of the way through. Gasly locks up, goes wide, but he stays ahead of Alex Albon. Wow. Oh, can Alex Albon get past him? His front right doesn't look the best. There's a big flat spot there. You can see it. When it... Oh, poor Alex. Not poor Alex. He has to pit again, but... It's F1, innit? Jesus, man. So I'll give you your lap 22 rundown. It's hard. I'm not going to do it because they go through a replay. I think they show him where Albon gets his fast spot. So he goes to dive on the inside of Pierre Gasly. And it just completely locks up, forcing Gasly wide. Gasly does rejoin the track, though, fine. Wow. Albon, team radio. Saying they raced me so hard, talking about AlphaTauri, obviously. And that's Esteban Ocon conceding the position to his teammate Danny Rick. Yeah, Esteban Ocon pitting here. It was going to pay anyway. Get Ocon team radio, though. Oh. Esteban Ocon doesn't have brakes and doesn't have gears. Oh. I thought he was conceding the position. Nope. He just doesn't have anything going. Hulking top 10. He's in the top 10. He's genuine. He'll have more points in a lot of the grid as it stands. Here we go. We'll do it again. F1. Let's have another look. Standings. Drivers. Here we go. Hulkenburg is 15th in the drivers. He's ahead of Grosjean, Russell, Latifi, Magnussen, Giovinazzi and Raikkonen. He may... And Esteban Ocon's retiring here. 3 retirements now. And you know what? Apart from thingy, that's double car issues. Wow. Esteban Ocon, though, out of this race as well. One sole Renault is all down to Danny Rick. But, again, you've got 2 people in front of him. And also, you've got to look at... You've got 2 McLarens in front of him as well. Which means they're not going to double stack. I don't think the gap's big enough for a double stack. Actually, it might be. 10... Oh, the gap definitely big enough for a double stack. So double, yeah, it could pay off. McLaren could have it good here. Kvyat does get past Esteban Ocon of Ocon retiring though, but Kvyat has only just caught up. Nicholas Latifi also the sole Williams and Hamilton the sole Mercedes. Obviously, fair play to Kvyat for just towing the car around. He obviously loses everything. Oh, Albon has got a time penalty to serve as well. Not good. It's a 5 second. It's a 5 second time penalty. Wow. Yeah. This is going to be tough for Alex Albon. It's going to be very tough. He comes in. Oh. I think they're retiring Alex Albon. Wow. That's very interesting. Sorry, guys, for the silence. Alex Albon retiring now. Really, I know, obviously, he gets the time penalty and he has to pit again. It's just tyre issues, I think, for him. That came out of nowhere. Apologies for the silence. It was me trying to comprehend what was happening. And there were probably a good, 10-second silence there of me just staring at Albon. Wow. Really interesting, because they have retired him. They pulled him back into the thing. Whoa, okay. Sure, why not? One Red Bull, you're out of the constructors for sure now. I mean, there was a sliver of chance before you definitely. And I was seeing Kimi Räikkönen Sebastian Vettel battle here. Nice little cheeky one. Can Kimi get past him? Ooh. Another problem for Albon that he really doesn't. It's really interesting. What do you, if you're Red Bull, if you're Christian Horner, what do you do next year? Do you go with your same driver lineup of Max Verstappen and Alex Albon? Because you can do. And you know what? And Albon may have a stellar second full season at Red Bull. And it could be the best move you've done. Do you drop him for Pierre Gasly? Yeah, but Gasly might have what happened last year where he just doesn't have the confidence. He's clearly got the confidence at AlphaTauri. Do you bring in Danny Kvyat? And he's got his previous experience. If he fails, it's not as impacting because he's already had that experience and he's not a youngster? Do you bring in Tsunoda from F2 into AlphaTauri when you call up? Or do you put him straight in the hot seat? We've talked about so much about the Max Verstappen bias, but you've at least got him performing, competing for 4th, 5th, Norris in. Wow, Lando Norris losing power now. Oh my god. What? Okay. Wow, that's not good. Brand new power unit. And Lando Norris now may be retiring. Obviously not retired yet, but power unit issues. Put Sergio Perez in P3, Sainz in P4, and Daniel Ricciardo in P5, more importantly. Wow. Interesting indeed. But yeah, going back to Red Bull, I mean, let me know in the comments, who do you think replaces? What do you think Red Bull do? Just going to Lando Norris having serious issues here. Interesting if Perez catches up. It seems like he's alright now, but wow. Losing power GP is gonna be. I'm losing power. Fuck! Anti-stall. Wow, that's not good for McLaren, especially if you're Daniel Ricciardo where you're having a stellar performance now in the Red Bull. You're in P6, you might get a podium here. If he gets a podium, by the way, Cyril Abiteboul has to get a tattoo. This is going to be very interesting now. Sergio Perez is catching up to Lando Norris now. But he's catching up heavy as well. He's nearly making a second up. Hopefully Lando has fixed his car though, because it'll be sad to see sitting in that P3 right now. But the problem is, it's not a problem, but let's say Sergio gets right behind him, but Lando maybe his engine holds out for a little bit. That's slowing them both right down. It's slowing Lando down, but also Sergio down. Wow, and then obviously you got Carlos Sainz only just coming around the final corner, but look who's right behind him. It's Daniel Ricciardo, who's really done well to bring back the gap. He's made a 1.8 second gain. One thing you got to look out, Carlos Sainz, or them 3rd, 4th and 5th have made their tyres last long. They've made them last a 27 laps on softs. Ricciardo has already pitted. He's already pitted. You know what, it would be nice seeing anyone on this podium, even a Charles Leclerc. We see Kimi Räikkönen now. No, we're not. But it's all to do with Danny Ricciardo here now. Can Danny Ricciardo catch up Carlos Sainz? Can Perez get past Lando Norris? We're getting a great battle for 3rd here. We're getting a really... Obviously, Germany. Germany have got fans back in the stands. Obviously, you can't tell as much, but it's still nice to see that people can go out and enjoy sports. So that's such a big issue with F1 currently in the UK. Not F1, in sports, just in the UK in general. Red Bull rage quit. Let's have a look, sir. I'm about to say, Norris does seem a bit better now. Very interesting. So, if Sainz pits, Ricciardo gets past. We're back on Lando Norris team radio. They're still trying to fix it for Lando. So this is interesting. Sergio Perez must have thought that... we see Charles Leclerc now. Ooh, on the inside, will he get him? Oh, Sergio Perez on Pierre Gasly. That's nice by Charles Leclerc. Really carrying Ferrari on his back right now. And he's still so young. How old he's like 23 in his Charles. Charles, where are you? There you are, Charles. He's really having a self-form. He's only 22. He's only 20. He's got his 23 in 5 days. Mental. Absolutely mental, and he's carrying this legacy, this huge team on his back. He's 11 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo, but he might be able to catch up. I think Leclerc did pit as well, if I can think properly. Gasly, I think we'll expect to see Gasly come in soon, just because he has lost a couple of positions out to the pitted guys. We're nearly halfway through halfway through nearly. We're about to hit the hour mark. And we're halfway through. That's someone's pitting. That is Sergio Perez. So it'll be interesting to see what Lando does now. Maybe Lando comes in and just changes tyres, possibly, but Carlos Sainz does also come in. So Daniel Ricciardo now has got time to break away. Perez pits. Comes in a bit of an awkward angle. A bit of a slower pit. 2.9, but it's still a good pit for them. Carlos Sainz comes in, and that's a 2.8. Just a 0.1 second. Quickly, Leclerc does get past them both, which is big. Which is very big. So does Nico Hulkenburg, who does go bad. Look at Hulkenburg battling with his teammate now. He's in the top 10. He's actually got there. Vettel and Raikkonen having a great battle. Be interested to see what they do with Ricciardo. So Ricciardo's got he's 8 seconds behind Lando Norris, but he's 12 seconds in front of Charles Leclerc. So if Ricciardo can get another probably extra 3 seconds, we're just on board with, I think it's Lando Norris. It's getting worse for Lando. Poor Lando. If anything, and Lando's going to come in. They've tried everything. Lando will come in and either. Wow. Poor Lando Norris. He's sitting in P3, but look who's P4. And it's a tyre change. Never mind, it's a tyre change. He's not retiring. It's a really good pit stop for McLaren, but can Daniel Ricciardo now hold on? Will Lando Norris get out ahead of Charles Leclerc? He won't, but he will get out ahead of Sergio Perez, Gasly, Sainz, and Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg will pit though. Hulkenberg will pit. Will he drop out the points? That's all. You expect Giovinazzi to catch up to him. So Hulkenberg does drop down a bit to 12th, but he'll have fresh tyres to catch up Raikkonen and Vettel. Will Magnussen catch up? That's the biggest one. He will. But as it stands, Daniel Ricciardo is in the podium points. And thank you everyone who told me to put a bet on him, because may have just paid off. May have just paid off indeed. As £6 water return, £6.50. I've also got an acca on as well for the football. And Wales are currently drawing 0-0 with Ireland, but yeah, could be very interesting. I do apologise indeed. Norris still going though. Norris is still going. I think that's the biggest thing. Even the best thing about Lando is, even in a time where he's not Perez behind Lando Norris, easy for Sergio Perez, is the team radio. Norris, Perez's box. What we're going to do about that? Engineer Perez 1.5. Perez is still behind Norris. My bad, I must be going blind. Even when he's losing a race, he's still a happy boy. He's still a funny guy. Happy boy. Happy boy. We're seeing Gasly does finally pit. You just see where he'll come out as well. Hulkenberg did drop far down. He dropped down to 14th. It was a start P20, so you can't complain with him. Giovinazzi gets past, Gasly gets past, so does Vettel, Raikkonen. Gasly's still in the pits. And just see where he'll come out, because he was battling with Hulkenberg when he pitted. Norris team radio. Wow. Lando really power issue by McLaren here. Good chance McLaren to just gain some sort of, not sacrificial points, pity points, to get some points in this race. But I'll give you a rundown. I'll have a quick drink of water, and then I'll give you a rundown of the tables. We're 32 laps in. 32 laps into racing. It's Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Perez, Norris, Sainz, Giovinazzi, Vettel, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Gasly, Latifi, Hulkenberg, Grosjean, and Kvyat. The retirements: Albon, Ocon, Bottas. So you look at the retirements, and actually, they're all really pivotal in certain points. I think Albon is pivotal for that mid-table battle for Ricciardo, Leclerc, Perez, Norris, Sainz. Ocon, again, that 9th, 8th, 7th, 10th position. And then Bottas, obviously, that first and second, then Russell. That back of the pack, because that back of the pack is interesting, and it does mean everything. Let's say if Russell didn't retired, Kvyat 17th, Grosjean 15th, Hulkenberg 15th, Latifi 14th, Gasly maybe 13th as well. Like, Russell could be fine for that 10th, but also just slowing down the pack as well. Verstappen is slower than Hamilton. I'm just seeing Antonio Giovinazzi there. The pack is so split up here. Seeing Max Verstappen now. 5 seconds. Ferrari, Charles Leclerc. We're going to plan C. See what that means for Charles Leclerc. Maybe it's like lap 40 pit, go on softs and run out of 10 laps. Lots of means for driver of the day. Lando, if he survives. Danny Rick, Perez. I think it would go to Daniel Ricciardo as of now. If this is how it ended, it'd go Daniel Ricciardo. Charles Leclerc is definitely up for a shout here. It's just him carrying that Ferrari. Sergio Perez, again, like you said, sitting in P5. I mean, I'm just looking to think, Giovinazzi is a shout, you know. If he qualifies 14th, if he finishes in 8th, I don't think he will, because I think he needs to pit. Sainz is catching up Norris, by the way. I can see from the timings. About my newly born niece being around. Ah, that's nice. Well, congratulations to your sister. Niece, yeah, your sister. There you go. Congratulations to your sister. But you haven't missed much. We just got four DNFs. Just a simple 4. Albon, Ocon, Bottas and Russell. Kvyat, Grosjean, Latifi, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Magnussen, Raikkonen are 16th, 10th. Then Vettel, Giovinazzi, Sainz and Norris are up to 6th. Then Perez, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Hamilton, Ricciardo sitting in that podium spot. It's big now, as we will be on board with Charles Leclerc. Sergio Perez will be hunting him down. It'd be interesting. You know what? Best for Daniel Ricciardo is that these two hold each other for a while, which maybe allows Ricciardo to pit. And if Ricciardo, right, let's say he won't be able to make his tyres. You missed the Ocon and Albon DNF. So Ocon was his gearbox and I think suspension just stopped working and then things. And Albon's was strange. So Albon with Kvyat, you obviously saw the Kvyat's wing come off. So Albon had grading on his rear right. He was given a 5 second pit stop penalty, and instead he just retired. He came in and just retired. He just gave up. It's not what you like to see from a team, but I suppose it's going to be extreme. Like Charles Leclerc still holds Sergio Perez. Perez will go for him on thing, and Sergio Perez does get him. Does well, Sergio Perez there on that final corner. But Charles Leclerc will have DRS. Charles Leclerc now on the outside. Will he get it? Oh, Perez does cover. Charles Leclerc does nice there, and he will get him on the inside. Well done, Charles Leclerc. And he doesn't lose it as much. And again, this Red Bull just gave up to prelims. Also, Sainz does get past Lando Norris. Go on, Giovinazzi. Get that 7th. Get that 7th. It's a giving up. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see the team radio. Whose call was it to give up if it was Red Bulls or Albon's? I'm guessing it'd be Red Bulls. It'd be strange to see a driver say, I'll give up. I just seen someone pit that. I think it might be the Letitia maybe pit him. It's like, is he solo running Williams here? I think they made this switch there for Lando and Carlos. We've seen the Perez overtake. The first overtake on Leclerc. Doesn't get him on the inside of the corner, but then takes it back on the inside of the exit. Just basically on turn 1, and then Charles Leclerc catches him up from DNF. Not DNF, DRS on the straight. So, Charles Leclerc 17 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo, by the way. Great, something weird. It's Red Bull. It's Sergio Perez forcing Charles Leclerc off. Does well. Charles Leclerc, I think, will get Hamilton. Hamilton's getting graining on the right. Hamilton is getting graining on the right. You smell smoke, do you? Smell some smoke. Interesting. I think. What? Okay. Is it? Grosjean just got a black and white flag. Yeah, I think the Albon situation is a tough one. Because he's had moments. He really has moments of proving he could be a Red Bull driver. Brazil, Austria. Yet, he's not competing where the car should be. Now, is that car issue? Is that a team issue where they're not giving him the best stuff because they want Max to win, obviously? Obviously, they're going to want Max to win the title. Seeing the Racing Point team, they're so excited for Sergio Perez getting the overtake. Look at that. And Hulkenburg in 12th. With Magnussen, it was Latifi, and then Magnussen has pitted as well. Now get a nice little 12th, 11th battle between Raikkonen, Gasly, Hulkenberg, and Vettel. There's only like 6 seconds separating them. Latifi and Magnussen are so far behind now. Kvyat's catching up with Nicholas Latifi. Just showing Kimi here. This was, I think, on Sebastian. Oh no, his rear wing, his front wing, is a bit clipped. Bit clipped, but it seems to be okay. And this is Carlos Sainz now with Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc losing quite a bit of time here, and that Charles Leclerc is pitting. 24 laps left. I feel like I said it with 24 laps left ages ago. 24 laps left. Charles Leclerc will pay, and there will be a pit stop. I was worried for a second. I was very worried for a second. Charles Leclerc comes in. Tyre off. Tyre on. Alright, pit stop. A bit slow. I think that's Charles Leclerc just not releasing quick enough. But yeah, a little bit slow here. Where does he come out? He'll come out behind Kimi Raikkonen in 10th. But he will be on fresher tyres. He will be on fresher tyres. I'm interested to see now, because that'll be a 2-stop for Charles Leclerc. Currently, everyone else ahead of him is on a 1-stop. I think you would expect a lot of them to be... I think... Ooh, Charles Leclerc going to battling against Pierre Gasly. You see Hulkenberg in the background. You know what? Fair play to Hulkenberg for getting 12th. Obviously, he's been lucky that the DNFs. Interesting. Very interesting indeed here. Smells smart. Oh, 13, 23 laps left. I think it's just it'd be cool to see what happens now with the teams. It'd be good to see Ricciardo on podium. He's most likely 100%. Like him and the youngsters, like George Russell. I'd love to see him on the podium. I don't think he'll be there soon, unless something drastic happens. But there's one thing I've liked about this season is stuff hasn't gone to big teams' ways, which was like you had Verstappen had double DNFs recently, one in Italy, one in... Where was the other one? Was it double Italy ones? Maybe. Hamilton, there's been points where it's Hamilton though, but there's been points where he's not done well. Obviously, you talk about that triple shock podium of Pierre, Lance and Carlos. Obviously, Carlos, it'd be interesting now what happens here. I'd love to see Daniel Ricciardo. I think Cyril has to get a tattoo if Daniel Ricciardo gets it. Giovinazzi, he pits. Okay, he pits, that's fine. They're just showing an interview with Valtteri Bottas. Playing in it. Wow. Showing Valtteri just saying he said he's unlucky. What can he say? Yeah. No, it's nothing he can do, unfortunately. It's just a shame when you want to see some competition. Race points where next up to the road is Ricciardo and the gap is big. Vamos. How it started, I was looking. I'm just saying, and Norris needs to get into Forest if anyone's posted about these problems before. You know what? Kimi's done okay, hasn't he? He's done okay. He's done alright, so far. On his record race. So I'm just seeing that some NFL games have been postponed. That means Cyril has to get a tattoo. It really does. It really does. It'd just be nice to see him on that podium again. It's been a while. It hasn't. As of now, it looks quite comfortable. I'm like, it's quite sad to say, but it'd be interesting what Race Point do. I think Renault will be having a look at Perez and Sainz tyres, and if Norris gets his power back. Now should choose it to be. That'd be the best. No, it should be a McLaren logo. It really should. It'll probably be like in Australia, like a wallaby or a koala or a kangaroo or some, or the Australian flag. His own face would be great. I don't know if he gets a decision or whether he just said, I'll get a tattoo. I can't wait for Renault to train. Also, Renault, next season, becoming Alpine Racing. I mean, what are your opinions on the sort of the new name of Alpine? I quite like it, you know. I like sort of these different names. They're not just car names. AlphaTauri, Red Bull, Racing Point. Yeah, they're not car name. Sure, Max here, he's just by himself. He's just mentally. He's not fully by himself. We'll be able to see Hamilton in the far distance, but Ricciardo's 58 seconds behind Verstappen. It just shows there's a clear car error in F1 and a big team difference. Also, Lando, by the way, he's still going. He's like, do you know he had that power issue earlier? Yet he's still going fine, working good. Yeah, fair play to him. So I don't actually have the thumbnail. No, that's the stream. But Josh will be streaming nearly an hour and a bit an American flag. You know what? You could probably have it. There's so many things. Danny Ricciardo's something. Oh, I think that was Vettel letting Charles Leclerc pass, but he obviously didn't want to give him so much. But Hulkenburg into P10. Hulkenburg gets into P10, which is very nice to see. Hulkenburg did pit twice. He did pit twice. Yeah, but Josh will be streaming probably an hour after this stream, an hour and a bit after this stream. He'll be streaming the Belgium England game, which will be very interesting. It'll be a big test for England. Speaking of big tests, the both Ferraris just... You know what, Seb doesn't have to do anything. We just see Hulkenberg's overtake on Kimi Raikkonen, just simple, down the main straight. And he slots past him. Where's Antonio Giovinazzi? Obviously, we know he pitted. He's in 13th, but I think people... he dropped down very far, actually. He's 12 seconds behind. I'm guessing it needs to be... Just showing the Live Drivers' Championship, it's big and mid-table battle. Lando Norris now will drop down to 5th. Ricciardo will go to 4th. It just proves what an incredible driver is that in a Renault that... where Esteban is, he's sitting there at P4 like he's the best of the rest. Just look who's not there, who should be. It's a certain Red Bull. Alex Albon is not there. And it's Merc, Red Bull. Renault, McLaren. It's just sad. It's just sad to see. Both Ferraris in top 10, Chris. You are correct, Chris. Both Ferraris are in the top 10. And, all the races you always put Ferrari in the mud or something. Gasly does get past Sebastian Vettel. Go on, Vettel. Go on, Vettel. Oh, it locks up. Damn it. Hulkenberg will catch up with Sebastian Vettel now. Hulkenberg maybe getting a P9. Which would be still very nice, up 7 places. Oh, I can't wait for this battle as we get later on. Very interesting to see what happens with these tyres. Perez pitted so late. He pitted so late, which just means that Perez basically might have to do one stop. Renault are considering plan B. I think they've noticed that Perez, maybe you pit them now, hope you get either a quick pit stop, you get a Vettel team radio. I think you complained about tyres here, Sebastian Vettel. Nico Hulkenburg, will he get him? He goes on the outside. Doesn't stick it. He'll wait here. Will he get him back again? Or he hits the curb a bit much. And he'll have to wait probably for the straight to get him. As Raikkonen said just pen, he did. No, I don't think he had a stop and go. It was just a 10-second. Yeah. He just had a 10-second base penalty. So Raikkonen will drop further down and Giovinazzi probably will make it. I see Nico Hulkenberg does get past Sebastian Vettel on that straight. Well done, Nico Hulkenberg. Really put up a fight here. Up at 11 places, but we'll say up 7 if we take away the DNFs, which is still incredible considering this is his return. His second return. Does nice. Who will be in the way for Nico Hulkenburg? And next, I think it will be. We'll have a look. Well, you know what? Nico Hulkenburg was the first person to substitute two drivers on the same team. Obviously, poor Stoffel Van Dorn, because I think Stoffel Van Dorn travels with every single race. So obviously, when Formula E is not on, he travels with every single race, so he can come in and substitute. Which is sad. I think obviously Race Point is the best choice. You've already got everything sort of ready for Hulkenberg, whereas Stoffel is more of a Merc guy, but Merc and Race Point have a relationship. You see Cyril there. He's going to have a bit of sweat on him. Perez already cut the gap, so interesting if Ricciardo pits, goes on to probably softs for 17 laps. I mean, we know Daniel can make tyres last. We know he can make them last. Even if Perez gets on the podium, it will still be very nasty. I know that Danny's great, but at least if Perez gets on the podium, I would say obviously with him getting COVID, him coming back. So I don't think we've ever needed rain more than we have now. Unbelievable if that happens. Who's that? That's Sebastian Vettel comes in for a pace. Giovinazzi, we'll get past him. We'll get past him. P9 for Nico Hulkenberg there. Max just all by himself. They're just showing, I'm just looking at the timing charts here. The pit stop chart. So yeah, it was Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Perez, Sainz, Norris, all pitted. Big stop. Charles Leclerc has paid. Look, he's on that 2 laps. You can see it on the screen. Gasly on 1 stop. Vettel on 1 stop. Vettel on 2 stop now. And then Hulkenberg on 1 stop as well. I thought it was a slow pit stop for Vettel. I'd love to see Haas make a play for. If you're a team, you look at Hulkenberg and take him, don't you? Maybe you go do a full reset and go Hulkenberg and Nilot. It's a shout out your Paris team radio. Never mind. Never mind indeed, but yeah. Him and Ilott possibly. I know Ilott isn't on the radar, but he probably will be, but Hulkenberg is such a shout. He's proved that he could take time when he's still compete. Paris team radio. Just telling he's catching up Daniel Ricciardo. Wow. Perez and Hamilton are on the same pace, which is nice. Come on, Daniel, though. I think Daniel needs to pit, because you look at the time that Perez thinks. So Ricciardo comes in, let's say he gets he needs to get like a 2.6 stop, 2.6, probably fair enough. And then comes after, and he might just come out ahead, but the biggest thing he would have fresher tyres, but it would mean Perez could pit. And he wouldn't lose much because he would get fresher tyres. Lando Norris has come off the track, and I think we're going to get retirement from him. Wow, poor Lando Norris. Poor Lando. Yeah, I think we might see us. That's in the way, you know. I think that's a safety car. We might have a virtual safety car. I think this could be a proper one. Whoa. But Lando Norris, DNF in here at Germany. We've got 5 DNFs this race. Things you'd love to see. Also, Red Bull pitting. Red Bull look like they're pitting. So it's a yellow flag. You know, he's on like on the outside. Lando there. Poor for Lando Norris there. He'll have to make his way back to thing, but he's smoking it. Is that on fire? Wow. This might be in his safety car. Oh, look at Lando. He's just took a seat. Oh, it's like Fernando Alonso. Danny should pit. Danny definitely should pit now. Poor Lando Norris. We're just seeing him now. Yeah. Anti-stall. Anti-stall. Runs wide on the grass. And he just... There's a safety car. Oh no! I completely forgot about the green screen. Completely forgot about the green screen. We're okay, aren't we? We're lucky. Wow. Wow. Come on. And look at Norris. Just takes a seat. Poor Lando. Safety car, and yeah, it's Daniel Ricciardo who does come in under this safety car. This is what I needed. And it's an instant pit stop. Sainz will pit. So Perez gets past him. Oh. Ricciardo's got brand new tyres though. It's Hamilton who will pit. Hamilton will pit. Red Bull. That's Sainz who pits. Wow. It's going to get a bit interesting now. Verstappen pits. 2.6. Still quicker than Merck. Racing a pit. Oh. Oh. And Sergio Perez is obviously pitted now. Very interesting. What's that, the Ferraris? Oh, did they pit? Perez pits. Up. In. And out. That's nice by Sergio Perez. That's Hulkenburg we saw, not Perez. That was Hulkenburg, it weren't Perez. Right. Thanks Sky. 14 laps left. And look who's in that P10, Antonio Giovinazzi. Look at this though. I think we're going to see a team radio from Hamilton saying, can the safety car speed up, please? It's really interesting now. So a lot of people pitting, a lot of people not pitting. Big one, Hulkenberg pitting. Gasly pitting. And they're just still removing Lando Norris's car here. And Lando is still sat there. Poor Lando. Not what you want to see. The 5/3 is going to be very interesting now. I mean, who else is there? Carlos Sainz, a lot of fresh tyres. This would be interesting now. Perez does pit. Same energy. It's the Lando Fernando thing. Ryan stood it. Shut up, Rowan. Shut up. I was looking, so Max, what can you do? Yeah, I mean, great transfer Max now. So are they going to be... It'd be interesting to see if they not reset it, but Hamilton Team Radio. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We love to see it, don't we? We love to see Hamilton talk about the safety car, tell him to speed up. That's right. I love the way there's just a Ferrari chilling in between them. He's doing well, just sitting there. So Verstappen now obviously 3 seconds behind, but then Ricciardo a minute 10 behind. Look at this. I'm just looking. It's gonna do Checo pit. Checo did pit. So Checo pit. So Ricciardo pitted first. Checo pitted straight after. So they switched. They switched positions. Then they switched again. Sainz pitted. Can't remember if Leclerc pitted. Hamilton complaining again. I don't want to lose temp in his tyres. That's what I thought. We were just complaining about slow, but when we go racing again, Perez though. I mean, you got great. You know what? I think Nicholas Latifi did pit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, interesting. That's what I was wondering. The lap cars through, but yeah. Verstappen Team Radio. Verstappen complaining. The thing is, the track's so split up. So Checo went for the undercut, I'm guessing, yeah. The problem is, you would have thought Perez would pit at the same time as Ricciardo, so then you are literally right behind each other, but it's going to see what happens. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, what's going to happen here? So, okay, so Charles Leclerc is being given room now to go ahead. Okay, so all the lap cars are going through. But obviously the lap cars are still not in order as well, by the way. You still wait for Perez and Sainz to catch up. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens here now. You've also got 5 DNFs this race. If you are late, you've got Russell, Bottas, Ocon, Albon, and Norris. All retirements, but you've got Dan Ricciardo sitting in P3. But you're going to... All the lapped cars are going to come past there. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then that AlphaTauri, if that's Kvyat. Interesting to see what happens. I sort of don't want Perez to win, but I do. It is one of them things. Come on, Max. Big chance for Max here. You see Daniel Ricciardo. You see Sergio Perez. You see Carlos Sainz. Will you see? I think Charles Leclerc's going to be so far behind. He's not even come around turn 1 yet. Oh. Grosjean in P7. Because he went on the hard. He's been on the hards. So he's done alright here, Roman. He's done really nice in fairness. Leclerc down 2. Latifi up 6. Giovinazzi up 4. Max up 4. Hulkenburg up 11. Grosjean up 9. Gasly up 4. Raikkonen up 5. Kvyat down 2. Vettel down 2. Turn 1's going to be very icy. It's going to be very, very lovely. I'm just wondering if they're going to let Charles Leclerc catch. We've still got 12 laps. But I'm wondering if they're going to let Charles and the rest of the pack catch up now. So I think everyone else was in order. It was just here that at the start they were all bunched up. So the track's clear from where Lando was. We might see the safety car come in. Verstappen's still complaining. I mean, you can understand him. Hamilton, Verstappen, crash, Ricciardo wins, Perez and Sainz podium. Go on then, Chris. Go on. Oh, so close. 12 lap. I don't think it'll happen. That's the problem. I really don't. I think we should expect the safety car to come in. We'll have a quick drink before all the action goes. It restarts. Interesting here. This might really do in Hamilton and Verstappen, you know. Looks like it's not coming in yet. George Russell tweeted out, right place, wrong time. Gutted as the car was feeling good. And the way the race pan out, we were in great position to score points. It's not going our way right now, but it'll come. Imagine, right? Imagine if Latifi gets points. Because George Russell might then be the most unlucky driver ever. In terms of, he's the most consistent Williams driver, but his teammates have got points due to his unfortunate circumstances. Surprised Haas didn't put Grosjean for Inters with how much they love doing the opposite to everyone else. It's going to get interesting. It's going to get very interesting. Oh. Right, come on. Seen a little Esteban. Little Esteban is not little, is he? I think he's taller than me. Safety car is ending. Safety car is ending. We'll have 11 laps. Hamilton and Verstappen do have cold tyres. They have cold tyres, which is could make this interesting. Make this very interesting. Benil start. Look at Mick Schumacher there watching on. Unfortunate for him. Very unfortunate for him. But you know what it is right time for? It's hammer time. Because it's still out. Wow. This might be perfect. Safety car is ending. We're going to have 11 laps of racing. Still waiting for it to come in. This is going to be big for maybe not Grosjean because he's on hards, but Gasly, Hulkenberg, Gio, Magnussen, Leclerc. Nick, come on, Latifi. Come on, Latifi, get some points. Look at Ricciardo, he's literally right behind him. Hamilton keeping his tyres warm. Hamilton going so slow there. This is going to be so interesting. Come on. Make sure I don't hit the green screen this time. But I've got a bit more room. Me and Josh, Lover Josh, has figured out we've cut my camera down, so now we can actually have the green screen. It's not cut off. And also, I've got room. I've got Hamilton now. The safety car is in. Hamilton's gone early. Verstappen locks up. So does Carlos Sainz. Daniel Ricciardo now fighting with Max Verstappen. He will have slipstream. Daniel Ricciardo now. Will he get Max Verstappen? Daniel Ricciardo on the outside of Max Verstappen. Will he get him? Perez is hunting Daniel Ricciardo down. But Daniel Ricciardo's hunting down Max Verstappen here. Go Ricciardo. Gasly gets past Roman Grosjean. They expect Grosjean on the hards. But Sergio Perez now fighting against Daniel Ricciardo. Sergio Perez on the inside will not get on Daniel Ricciardo. They both go a little bit wide. It's Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Perez. Sergio Perez fighting for this. It's what you love to see. But you got Carlos Sainz little hunting behind. Daniel Ricciardo, a little bit of a minor lead, not much, but Hamilton and Verstappen are the way out front. Model Pierre Gasly though, sitting Hulkenburg P8th, Roman Grosjean P9th. Maybe Grosjean should have pitted, but he wouldn't have been where he was now, so test your luck. You're in a house, you can sort of do whatever you want. You're not competing, but it's going to be Sergio Perez hunting down. Sergio Perez got 10 laps left. It's all to do this podium battle. Will Carlos Sainz get Sergio Perez? That's an interesting one. Perez will Perez have DNF? Perez will have DRS when he gets activated. So will Carlos Sainz. Though. So lap 52 will probably get DRS. Look at all that. I love all the close battle here. Ricciardo's pulling away from that racing point though. I'm not straight. That's Pierre Gasly and Charles Leclerc battling here. What you love to see, Gasly into turn 1. He goes wise, but he comes back on the track safe. And Pierre Gasly, lovely driving there to get past Charles Leclerc. This is a great race here. Hulkenburg now will fight against Charles Leclerc. I mean, imagine a crash at Hamilton Verstappen. Ricciardo, Perez, Sainz, Gasly, Leclerc, Hulkenburg. Ooh. But Hamilton and Verstappen are so far ahead that it's mental. It's all about this. It's all about the battle for the podium. All things considered, the majority of races they haven't. There's been somewhere they look like they're going to be dead, and then something big happens. I think maybe Hungary, maybe the barring one. I can't remember off the top of my head. I've watched them all, but I can't remember off the top of my head. The only one I didn't watch was the Italy number 2, which was in the Tuscan Grand Prix, I think, because I was moving in. But very interesting now. Charles Leclerc and Nico Hulkenburg now. Come on Hulkenburg. Come on Hulkenburg. Imagine that. You wake up on Saturday morning ready to do some just analysis on the race for German TV, and literally 2 hours later you're racing. Hamilton sets fastest. Obviously, we see Nico Hulkenburg though battle right now with Charles Leclerc. He'll come onto the main straight. Will he have DRS? Is not activated yet, I don't think. New lap record for Lewis Hamilton, 128.487. Hulkenberg not close enough, but he might be able to get him the next lap possibly. Guess who's back, and Nico's back. Look at him. I mean, if you're Lance Stroll, you must think this would be a lovely race for him to be in, because Lance obviously would have known the car. He would have got a time, obviously FP3. He would have, and you probably would have seen the racing points compete for 4th and 5th and 6th. I mean, they can still do it, you know. Hulkenberg can still do it. 8 laps left. So close now. So close between the Racing Point and the Renault. I mean, it'd be so sad to see Ricciardo lose it, but you'd be happy because Perez would it'd be contrasting opinions. Oh, Perez will have DRS. Doesn't get him. Will not get him, but he does close that gap up a lot. 8 laps
left. It's going to be after some. We're going to have to see some incredible defending. We may see Perez get past Daniel Ricciardo on the straight here. He will have... Perez doesn't get DRS, does he? He does get DRS. Will Ricciardo hold on? I think Ricciardo will hold on. He will for this lap. Hamilton sets another new lap record. Wow. Ricciardo now still leading though, but Perez is catching. Perez is catching. Sainz, Gasly, Leclerc, Hulkenburg. Sebastian Vettel gets past Nicholas Latifi. Any word on what Lance actually has? Hope it's not about. I think he just said he was ill. He said he's showing no signs of symptoms. I think he just had a cold or something. I think that's what Racing Point and like Sky Sports have been reporting. They say he's not showing COVID symptoms. He's just a little bit ill. If they think so. So yeah, it's fine. And we think it's fine anyway. They said they did it as one precaution, so he's fine for the double header in 2 weeks. That's why they've done it. It's really Sebastian Vettel. It's going to be his overtake on Nicholas Latifi. Latifi tries to cover the inside. You know, Latifi fighting with the boys. Vettel just still sticks past him. Well done. We are 7 laps left, I think. When it comes back, I'll have a look. What we'll do is I'll try to go StreamYard quickly. If I go webcam layer, move that there. Webcam, move that there. There you go. There you go. Is that fine? That looks fine. Look that. Not image. If we go. 1 is Hamilton. 2 is Verstappen. And 3 is Rick. So what I can do is I can change these, put this up a bit. There you go. It's not worded the best, but put a space on that. There you go. Just leave that on the screen for now, so you can just see the top 3, and I'll change it as it goes. In the year that Kimi made his F1 debut, the first Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Shrek film released, the iPod made its debut, and Lando Norris was 1 year old in 2000. So I would have been 1 as well, I think. And YouTube was also 4 years away from launching. 2002, I would have been 2. Yeah, 4 years away. It shows that he's managed to race at a competitive thing. He's only won 1 world championship, but yet I feel like that's good enough for Kimi. He's just a guy that if team needs a driver that knows about F1. Magnussen ahead of Vettel here, but Vettel, there is a lot of dark clouds on that thing if you can see it though, there, which is absolutely mental. Vettel on the inside of Kevin Magnussen will get him. Ricciardo now 5 seconds behind Verstappen. Perez 1.6. Ricciardo's got Lewis loves the ham bad. Lewis loves the ham bad. Lewis loves the ham. I don't even understand it, Chris. I don't even get it. My brain doesn't work that quick. Latifi gets past Danny Kvyat. Go on, Nick. Actually fight him. It's what you expect from the Williams right now. Lewis loves the ham bad. The ham. No. Ham. Okay, right. That's a horrible text, but I've just got it there just so people know the top 3. It doesn't look amazing, but Kimi Räikkönen gets past Kimi Räikkönen. No, he don't. Kimi Räikkönen gets past Kevin Magnussen. Look at Giovinazzi sitting that points right now. Antonio really fighting, which I'd love to see. 5 laps left. Roman Grosjean, you know what? If he stays there, well done to him. That really put me off at the other track. From Roman. It'd be interesting to see if Roman did have a broken finger. It'd be really interesting. Because imagine if he does. and he's driven the entire race on a broken finger. I doubt he has, because that'd be extremely hard, especially in these cars. Ooh, Vettel and just saying he saw the Haas of Kevin Magnussen very late. Is this what forces Magnussen off? It's not. It's just man. But Hamilton, Latifi gets past Kvyat. Again, a good battle at the back here, 15th to 14th between Latifi and Kvyat. I mean, it's pity positions, but it's nice to see. But Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Perez. Ricciardo he's got that 0.6 ahead. Sainz in P5, Gasly P6, Leclerc P7, Hulkenburg P8, Grosjean P9, and Giovinazzi P10. It's going to be so close here. I will see British GP ending between Hamilton and Verstappen. Maybe a quick cheeky puncture. It'd be lovely to see. I doubt it, but like in the British GP, they all were on very they were all on very weak tyres, whereas they're all on nearly fresh, 13 lap fresh tyres. So we should be all right in terms of that. 3 more laps left. Can Daniel Ricciardo hold on? Can Lewis Hamilton hold on from Max Verstappen? Only 2.47 seconds behind, but it's 3 things. Can Hamilton equal the record? He didn't get to do it. He didn't get to do it last time. Can he do it here? As Kvyat gets past Nicholas Latifi, we had a lovely battle there. Why don't you show it, Sky, instead of just showing this? Latifi gets past Kvyat as well. We're actually getting a good battle there and they're not even showing it. It's just aggravating to see, in fairness. Ricciardo now. Chilling in P3 now. Can he? Number 3. Started in 6th, up 3. If he gets his podium, he's driver of the day for sure. We're just seeing Cyril Abiteboul. A man who in that documentary, definitely the first season, was really a contrasting guy, because the part of him that makes you like him because he's not afraid to speak his mind and stuff, but then it's like the way he operates. I think of Renault when I was Alonso, innit, fucking idiot. Of Alpine, announced their second driver. We're seeing Sergio Perez here. No investigation for that Vettel and Magnussen. Come on, Giovinazzi. Look at that, drive the day, Nico Hulkenburg. And you know what? You could complain, but he's gone up 12. He's gone up 12 positions. Perez is catching. He's made up 0.3 in 2 laps. He can do it. He really needs it. He needs to get that 0.3 gap down by at least lap 59. By lap 59 is the biggest one. He's got 1 lap to make up 0.300th of a second. Will he do it? So you can reckon at the back here now, just hunting down Sebastian Vettel. This is what they need to do, picture in picture a bit more. Because now you get to see the big battle that's going on at P3, but you get to see that little one between Kimi and Vettel. And I hope Giovinazzi holds on for that 1 point. It's a point that he hasn't got this season. Grosjean again hasn't got a point this season. He'll get 2 points. Hulkenburg doing very nice. They're just showing the timing charts here. Perez is 0.1 second quicker. So if you're going off that, he won't catch him up. See you all next year now. The Drivers' Championship isn't done in terms of mid-table, Chris. Yeah, the top might have done. But 2nd and 3rd between Bottas and Verstappen is going to get tasty. And then 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. That between Perez, Ricciardo, Perez, Sainz, Gasly, Leclerc, Albon, Norris. Ocon can be put around there as well. Maybe not Ocon. But like a lot of them. So this is great for Ricciardo if he does get it. He's getting that move to McLaren. I'm going to load StreamYard up and get something ready for when the race ends. But final lap, guys. We're nearly on the final lap. Hamilton lap 59. There's no one near him. You see Max just in the distance. It just proves how good the Red Bulls and Mercedes is. Hamilton doesn't need to race him. Done it. 69 points. I think it's the race because Thing is, it all can change up. All it takes is, in 3 races, Hamilton had 2 DNFs and 1 no points or 1... Well, not even 2 DNFs. It all takes 3 races for Hamilton to either get 0 points and Bottas to win both, or Verstappen to win both, and it's still open there, but that's asking a lot of things. As Hamilton will cross over the line. We're on the final lap. Now, Max Verstappen won't catch up. He's 5 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. Perez has lost time again. I think you would expect Daniel Ricciardo to get that P3. He will come across the line, though. Will he do it? Why couldn't Hamilton get a race ban this race? Well, mental in it. Perez would have got that P3. Come on, though. Come on, Daniel, hold on. As much as I want to say to win, come on, Daniel, hold on. So, go on. It's so close. Hamilton's nearly broke the record. He's nearly done it. Daniel Ricciardo, as long as something horribly goes wrong, Ricciardo has done it. Sergio just had a tough job. He had a very tough job. Kvyat gets past Nicholas Latifi. At least Latifi's battling, getting some good racing time. World fastest sector comes from Max Verstappen, sector 1, but it's not good enough. Too little, too late. Lewis Hamilton now. No, Max Verstappen nowhere near him. It looks like it's also Giovinazzi's Vettel is so close to Antonio Giovinazzi, but it's Lewis Hamilton round the final corner. Hug plus 12 spots with no practice. Incredible. Lewis Hamilton does equal the record. Well done to Lewis Hamilton. Well done to him. One of the most successful driver in terms of race wins. And will Daniel Ricciardo gets the podium. Verstappen second and Danny Rick podium place. I know it's all not on there. Is it there? There you go. And Max Verstappen does get the fastest lap, which is nice. Hamilton wins, and Danny Rick gets that 3rd podium place. Wow. The safety car really added a bit of spice to that. Oh, wow. What an ending. Perez so close, Ricciardo holding on. Hulkenberg going to P 12 position. I think he'll get driver of the day, Nico Hulkenberg. I think he will get driver of the day. But wow. Well done, Lewis Hamilton. Well done, Max Verstappen. Poor Valtteri Bottas as well. To Daniel Ricciardo. And as always, we always end it straight after the race because we don't like to keep you around for too long. But tune in an hour and 45 minutes for Josh. Josh will back here for the England versus Belgium watch-along. But well done, Renault. Well done, Renault. They did well. Esteban Ocon obviously will be sad that it wasn't him, but you know what? I think he'll be happy for his team. He'll be there next season. They'll give the Renault the momentum. Thank you to everyone that's commented today. Both Chris's, Volley, Prince of the Underground, just everyone that came in today. Hands up. You gave me a nice little idea for the stream. Thank you to everyone that joined in. And well done, Danny Rick, but well done, Lewis Hamilton.